honestly. I've just had about enough. I'm watching the TV. It's Bruce Willis now. Is some spokesperson or spokeswheel saying he's suffering from something called aphasia. He's not speaking on his own behalf. It's like some publicist or some academy agreement with him coming out to give some diagnosis or some disgusting agreement to the public. They're calling it aphasia. Then you've got these medical students who come out and they're like, no, we work in the health industry. It's usually, and then they go through a list. It's like, I get that you all think in your mental disease that these things really are, and I get that there's like these patterns. The thing is that there's got to be a house doctor that stands up and says, excuse me, what is the cause of this stroke? What is the timing sequence, the blood clot factor? Because there is some really insidious nature to why the human machine is breaking down. Aphasia, I've had, I don't know if it was actually aphasia, but like temporary diagnosis of it. I've passed through it. Same thing with like a stroke. Whatever it is that those words mean, it's not what the debilitated in a bed means. It's a working progress because the matrix of weather and the people touching control keys and a whole lot of other factors of bioengineered warfare and advanced things are going on, and it's really dangerous. So this is what it is.
The family of actor Bruce Willis says he's stepping away from his acting career because of a wicked disorder called aphasia. It challenges a person's ability to understand or express speech, typically caused by some sort of brain damage. Willis.
The night that I went to the airport to look for directions, I was looking for Mike Hewson, or a representative that knew whatever. My first place was the National Guard booth, or to ask where the police department was. Then I went to the police department looking for him because he said he was Suffolk Police. And then I went to Stony Brook, but I had a temporary bout of what they're explaining, I think. Because again, there's no words for it, and the shitbags in Stony Brook misdiagnosed me completely, and that's an even further problem.
A star on TV and then
But when I got Mike on the phone, and I called his number for the first time since I had last seen him, which was a few years, I said my name, and I couldn't even formulate the words. But it was an outside biological pressure attack on my person, causing the lumen of the natural biorhythm to close because there was too much pressure put on them, almost causing like a pressurized stroke of some sort, or a decrease in brainwave function where the patterns are rearranged, and the human biology in an animated way has trouble animating, but it's a temporary attack, pretty much, by some unknown outside force.
Superstar on the big screen now in his biggest battle yet. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Charlesworth with the latest. She's in the newsroom for us. Michelle.
Thank you so much. We don't have information on what is causing it.
No, you don't. but then it becomes this big social agreement, and then it's like everybody's like on battle for one thing, but it's not really what it's about. They've been misinformed, and then they carry that message forward in a misinformed way.
It could have been a stroke or a brain injury, or it could be a brain tumor or dementia, Alzheimer's. But the cause.
It could be some pressurized system outside based on all of the electric and magnetic static going on in the atmosphere. Could be that also, but they don't mention that.
Cause of aphasia. Aphasia is a condition having to do with language and the inability to find the words for things. It has to do with our brains and cell damage caused by anything from a stroke to dementia. Earlier today, his family posted the news on Instagram, saying Bruce Willis recently has been diagnosed with aphasia, which is impacting his cognitive abilities. To do just that. Medical experts at Burke Rehabilitation say there is effective treatment, especially if aphasia is the result of a stroke, and the person gets help quickly.
There is certainly opportunities for rehabilitation.
I would not take medical advice from this guy. I've heard him speak. Now, what I find interesting is Bruce Willis in Lethal Weapon, only movie, that Sixth Sense, all like I See Dead People kind of a thing, has National Board of Review is what he's promoting here, which is really interesting in a side note to whatever is going on.
We do not know what has caused Willis's aphasia, but there are amazing surgeries and medicines, speech therapies that can make.
Okay, so now it's all about selling more drugs, more therapies, and more useless human services in their circus. I don't want to partake. What's the exit strategy here when you feel this way and everybody's telling you like they want to cut into your brain, they want you on drugs and all sorts of stuff. Just curious. This size kid's asking. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way Universe. Galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.